Hiring is not going to fix your chaos, but it is going to expose it. And I know that might sound a little harsh, but I wish someone would have told me this earlier because I remember being at the point where I was just like, I just need some help. I need to hire someone. I'm doing everything myself and I'm completely overwhelmed. And I thought the solution was just bringing someone on. But what actually happened was now I had more messages, more questions, more things to manage, and somehow even less time than before. And I've seen this happen over and over again with creators trying to hire, but here's why I feel confident talking about this now. We've hired over 15 people across our 3 businesses. We've built a team of 13. We've scaled to over $3 million as content creators. And at one point we were managing over 120 pieces of content every single month. So I've seen this on both sides. I've seen what happens when hiring works, and I've seen what happens when it really goes wrong. So in this video, I want to walk you through the exact things that you need to have in place before you hire, so your next hire actually buys you back your time, helps you grow, and doesn't just become another thing that you have to manage. So the first and biggest mistake, honestly, that I see creators saying is, I need help, but then they don't actually know what they need help with. And I get it because you feel overwhelmed, but that's not a hiring problem, that's a clarity problem. So before you hire anyone, you need to understand where your time is actually going. And the easiest way to do that is with a simple time audit. So look at your last week and ask yourself, what did I spend the most time on? What drained my energy the most? What could someone else realistically do? Because if you don't know what's taking your time, then you're gonna have a hard time hiring someone and then sit there and be like, wait, what do I even give them to do? And that's when hiring becomes frustrating. The second thing you need to understand with your first hire is that they're not just there to help you, they're there to help create leverage. And this is where I see a lot of creators think about this the wrong way. They think, oh, if I'm paying someone $1,000 a month, they need to make me $1,000 back. But that's not actually how this works. What they're doing is giving you back your time, and your time is way more valuable than that. Because if you're spending hours editing, responding to DMs, posting content, reposting content, that's time you're not actually spending on things that are moving the needle in your business that will help you actually grow and make money. So your first hire should free you up so you can go and do that higher value work. Now, what should you actually hire out first? You should not be outsourcing your content creation. You are the product. You should still be the one filming, showing up, talking on stories, but you can absolutely outsource things like the editing, the posting, the community management via responding to comments and DMs, managing your brand deals in your inbox, handling your emails, things like that. All of those things that take a ton of time but don't require you specifically to do them. Now, if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Do not hire someone before you have SOPs. And I know that sounds a little bit more corporate, but it's actually really simple. If you cannot clearly explain how to do something, you are not ready to delegate it. Your SOPs don't need to be fancy. It can literally just be a Loom video, a Google Doc, or a checklist, but you need to show someone exactly how you want things done, because otherwise you're gonna spend a lot of your time correcting them. And that's when people start saying, oh, it's just easier if I do it myself. And this is something we didn't do early on, and it caused a lot of problems and bottlenecking. So you need to know how long tasks should take, because if you don't know, then you can't set expectations, and you don't know if someone is being efficient. You also don't know if something is taking too long, and then you don't know how to scale. So what we do now is we actually do the task ourselves first. We track how long it takes us to do, and then when we hand it off, we can say, hey, this should take about this amount of time, and now everything is clear. Next, if your business currently lives in your DMs, your texts, your notes app, so on and so forth, please don't hire yet, because your hire is just gonna become another stream of messages, and you need one central place where everything lives. For us, that's Asana. That's where we keep all of our tasks, all of our deadlines, all of our SOPs, all of our Loom videos, so when someone joins the team, they're not guessing what to do, everything is already organized for them. Now, this is a mistake we've made before too. We've hired people who were really, really good at what they did, but they did not align with our company values. And those hires never work long-term. Now, I would take someone who is trainable, who's hardworking, and someone who's aligned with our values over someone who's extremely skilled, but not a good fit, because skills can be taught, but values and work ethic Those are much harder to change. Another thing we didn't do early on was define what success actually looked like. We had people doing tasks, but those tasks weren't really tied to real outcomes. So now every role has clear expectations, clear responsibilities, and clear metrics. And we also follow a really simple structure. So we have our first 30 days, which will be learning and training. 60 days from hiring is starting to own tasks. And by 90 days, they should have full ownership and accountability. That way, they know what's expected of them, and you know how to evaluate if it's actually working or not. Most people think that hiring is the hard part, but honestly, it's not. It's onboarding. And if you don't set someone up properly from the beginning, then they are going to struggle when you hire them. So when we hire someone, we walk them through our company values, our mission, their exact role, what success looks like, how we communicate, how we give feedback, and then we move into SOP training. And this is what sets people up to actually succeed, because if you skip all of this, then hiring is going to feel frustrating and you're gonna have to micromanage everything. And you're going to spend more time fixing mistakes. And ultimately, you're probably gonna think that hiring just doesn't work, when in reality, you didn't have the right foundation in place. So before you hire, make sure you have clarity on what you need your help with, you have a time audit, you have SOPs, you have a system, and you have clear expectations and a plan for onboarding. And if you set all of this up first, then your next hire can actually become one of the best investments in your business. And if you want help with this, we actually created a full outsourcing guide and checklist for creators, which walks you through exactly how to figure out what you need to hire for, how to set up your SOPs, and how to build your systems. You can scan the QR code on the screen here or grab it in the description box below. And with that, we will see you back next week with more content creator productivity, workflow, and time management hacks.